Treyarch just released a massive blog detailing everything we need to know about Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Zombies before launch on Friday, October 25th. Within this blog contains information on the new Augment System implemented for 7 returning perks along with 1 new one. Treyarch also explains how Gobblegums will be unlocked and used along with the ammo mods and improved HUD. If you want to skip ahead to where I explain the Gobblegums, HUD, or ammo mods, make sure to check the chapters below, and without further ado, let's get into the video. With people complaining about how similar looking the HUD was to Warzone and not making it look like you were in a zombies mode, Perk actually decided to change it up and make it more like a Black Ops 3 style HUD. Now the perks are still in the middle of the screen unfortunately, and hopefully we can move those. Treyarch lists all the changes they made right here on your screen. Starting with the first one, there are now character portraits in the bottom left. This made Zombies fans very happy because before it was just a little Warzone plus and it didn't really feel like its own. This is also just a staple within the Zombies community and games, so I'm glad they brought it back. The second is general alignment and color adjustments made across the entire HUD. In the bottom right where your ammo is, you can now see the rarity of your gun as a gradient on there. This means you can now tell what rarity your weapon is just by looking in the bottom right. It's a very nice update considering before you had to look a little bit above it or somewhere else to find the rarity of your gun, and it's nice to know if you need to upgrade it at all during the game. Perk icons are now closer together. Before, Treyarch had them spread out a little bit like Modern Warfare 3 Zombies did. Fans didn't like it because it looked weird and it just took up more to the screen, and it was just kind of annoying to see the whole time you were playing. The next one is zombie specific widgets added for certain game actions, which could mean the return of the Revive logo from earlier Call of Duties. I hope they don't just put a big plus on the player when they down like in Warzone, because that would just be annoying, and I really hope the Revive logo turns because that would be a massive W. The next one is in-game Gobblegum reward animation added. This was actually not there before, as it wouldn't tell you when you were able to either achieve a Gobblegum or go and get one again. It's nice to know that they're listening to the community and putting stuff like this in the game to make it easier for newer players and returning players. Visibility sliders added so players can adjust how the game looks to their comfort. This means we can customize the HUD and get rid of the radar. Some players didn't like it, along with myself. It is kind of useful sometimes, but once you learn the map, there is no need for it. Now moving on, we have the tour of Terminus. Here, Treyarch shows us some interesting pictures of the main map in Zombies at launch, Terminus. Now, as some of you may know, this map is extremely interactive, which means you can use many real-world elements in Zombies. You might be asking yourself, dude, what the fuck does that mean? What that means is that you can use things such as boats, elevators, rappels, and many other real-world gadgets to help you around the map. The shipwreck part of the map is very interesting, and I can't wait to explore that portion of the map and the way we have to get there. Now transitioning over to the second map we're getting at launch day, Liberty Falls. Treyarch has made some changes about the map and especially the atmosphere. Here are some screenshots showing the new colors they added. Not too many to make it feel like Zombies, but it is nice that they are listening to the community once again. So thankfully they did add some color to it to make it feel more alive and interactive. Gonna be fun staring at gray while grinding for camos, that's for sure. Here we are with the biggest part of the Black Ops 6 Zombies engine, the brand new Augment System. Now there is a lot to unpack here, so again, I will be leaving chapters on the bottom of the screen to let you scroll and find information on a specific perk. So let's look at the bottom of the screen and look to see where your favorite perk or just a perk you were solely interested in to find it. Now let's get into what is new with the perk system. Now in this screenshot, it shows all the possible augments you can equip within the perk itself. Now something interesting to note is that everyone has to play until level 11 to actually start unlocking the augments. The base effect of Juggernog is to increase maximum health. With these augments, however, it makes it into 4 different perks. The first one is called Probiotic. This slightly increases the maximum health that Juggernog can withhold. So it's not going to be the same as the base perk in order to give it a little bit more of a boost. This is once again going to be very good for the newer player base in Zombies. The next major augment is called Turtle Shell, which makes the armor act like a shield where it blocks damage coming from behind you. Now there is no actual shield in the game once again, but the armor system is returning, so it is nice to see there is still some bits and pieces of the shield mechanics returning. The third and last augment for Juggernog is Reactive Armor. When an armor plate breaks, not all of them, just one, nearby normal zombies will be stunned for a short amount of time. This is basically another version of Widow's Wine. Nice to see my boy again. Rest in peace. Next up, we have Stamin-Up. The base effect of Stamin-Up is to increase the movement speed. This means you could run and slide faster than usual once the perk is bought. This is the classic from all the other installments like Black Ops 3, 2, and 1. The first augment, Free Faller, makes you immune to taking fall damage. This is very useful considering it looks like Terminus is going to be a very tall map and you might need to jump down to escape, or just revive your trash teammate. The second augment is called Dasher, which just increases your attack sprint speed. Yeah, that's it. Third and final augment on Stamin-Up is Stalker, granting you the ability to walk faster while aiming. Yeah, this perk is cooked. Now with Speed Cola, this gets me a little bit more excited. The base effect of Speed Cola is to reload your weapon faster and repair armor as well. The first major augment, Supercharged, grants the player a faster recharge speed on their field upgrade. Extremely useful, especially when you're trying to go for those high rounds. The second augment is called Classic Formula. This makes your reload speed even faster, basically giving your character an ounce of coke to make them happy about something. Shout out John Jones. And the last but not least augment is Phantom Reload. This allows the player to have their weapon magazine slowly refill over time. What this means is, if you have, let's say, 15 bullets left, you wait about a minute or two, and now you have a clip and a half in your gun. This is very helpful, especially with no max ammos dropping. We've all been there and done that. The base effect of this perk, Deadshot Daiquiri, is to improve ADS sway and increases critical damage, aka headshot damage. The usual Deadshot we know and hate all the way back to Black Ops 1, but with a multiplier to the head. The first major augment, Deadhead, further increases the player's critical damage. The second augment, Dead First, deals double the critical damage if the zombie is at full health. Sadly, there is no double tap again, but this perk is not a bad replacement. The last augment you can equip to Deadshot is Dead Again, which adds a chance of getting ammo back in the gun with a headshot. It seems like Treyarch is extremely focused on players maintaining their ammo this year, which I and many players will not mind. They did continue the ammo box feature where you can just buy ammo for any gun, so it is kind of weird how they're focusing so much on this aspect. Maybe they just want their players not to worry about reloading. The base feature of Quick Revive is to recover health and revive allies faster. The first augment within Quick Revive is EMT. This activates when reviving another player, allowing the said revive to keep all their perks. So if you just bot Juggernog down immediately, as long as your buddy has his augment on Quick Revive, you should be okay. The second augment is Equivalent Exchange. This activates while killing a zombie when down. What this does is it enables the player who downed and killed the zombie to keep all their perks except Quick Revive. This is similar to the Gobblegum known as self-medication from Black Ops 3, but you can only use this one 3 times. Once you use it 3 times, it's gone. This also lets us know that the self-revive is no longer going to be there in the crafting table, just Quick Revive. The final augment is a perk we see returning from Black Ops 4 known as Dying Wish. Now, this activates when the player is supposed to go down. When the player is hit too many times to where they enter the down state, this augment puts them in a different mode called Berserk mode, which allows the player to run around and be immune to all damage for approximately 2 seconds. Unfortunately, this also does make Quick Revive disappear upon use. Now we see a returning perk which was new in their last installment, Black Ops Cold War, and Elemental Pop. The base of this perk allows the player to activate a random ammo mod such as Deadwire or Brainrot when purchased. The first augment is called Citrus Focus, which will activate your current equipped ammo mod only and more often. The second augment is Imperial Peach. Enemies that hit you have a chance to trigger a random ammo mod. This is basically the same thing as the base perk, but when you get hit, it acts as a defense mechanism. The last augment it has is Electric Cherry, which creates an electric shock when reloading and intensifies when you have less ammo in the clip. And yes, this is a returning perk from previous installments, so it is nice to see some of those live on in today's game. The base effect of PhD Flopper is to go prone or dive to cause an explosion, along with immunity to splash damage. Now the first augment shown on here is Gravity MD, which allows the player to fall from an extremely tall height and create an explosion, just like the good old days. The second augment is called DR Ram, which allows the player to sprint into zombies, causing them to fall down. Now, this can only be done on regular zombies, so don't think about trying it on the big fat dudes or the manglers. Last augment on here is called PhD Slider. This allows the player to slide into enemies, which triggers an explosion. Another perk we see returning here from Black Ops 4. The last perk we have here on the screen is the brand new melee Macchiato. The base effect of this is to replace the gun butt with a deadly punch, kind of like in Origins during the Easter egg. The first major augment we received is called Expressed, which allows the player to have their melee attacks go slightly faster. This is kind of basic and disappointing to waste his augment on a slot, but oh well. Moving on, the second augment we get is called Vampiric Extraction. This makes it so when the player melees a zombie, it actually heals a small amount of health. This being used in previous games has not been very good, but I am interested to see how they changed it. The last augment they will lend us is called Triple Shot, which allows you to hit multiple enemies at once. So maybe there is a little bit of hope with the healing after all, as long as it is able to stack for you.